pro fighters, if you were doing something wrong or if you could do something better, they'd let you know. And that's what I like. You know, the whole time you had someone behind you, kind of like you see in old school boxing videos of boxers running down the road and either a car or a moped, a motorcycle, whatever it may be. It was everything I expected. The traditional Thai kind of experience of a training camp. Wake up early, do your 5K, 6K run, and then right after you're into the session one of, you know, whatever it may be, drill work, pads, clinch technique, the program that you guys run. And then, of course, in the afternoon, you have your 3 p.m. session, which is the second session of the day. And it's everything that I thought it was going to be. It's the whole idea was to come here and, you know, train and get that traditional setup in training camp type style. It was all training. After I was done with training, it was recovery, eat, maybe a little nap, and then get ready for the second session. So, you know, I'm very fortunate that I was able to experience it during the time that I'm competing back home.
Cool. You talked about recovery. Which ways would you recover here? Like, would you jump in the pool, or what would you do? Yeah,
so soon after the first session, I mean, you're hot. You get that cool down factor for jumping in the pool, and it kind of refreshes you, cools you down, eases the mind a little bit. Also, you know, get off your feet. You know, that's a big thing is a lot of people want to come to Thailand, they want to do the Muay Thai training, then they want to do the sightseeing. My idea was, hey, I'm here for training, so I'm gonna, you know, focus on training. And then of course you want to get your food in, hydration, and all that. So it was exactly the setup that I needed to get better at it.
So tell me more about the food.
Food was great. There was not one thing that I didn't like. There was not one thing that when I was training, I felt, you know, irritation in the stomach or anything like that. Of course, being at home, I eat a little bit more, but it was perfect for, you know, leaning out, you know, getting ready for a fight per se, and watching your weight, you know, while you train. So I felt light, and like I said, you know, no stomach irritation. You know, Thai food's great. So I really enjoyed that aspect as well.
Maybe you tried Thai food outside, maybe on Sunday?
No. Well, actually, I did. I went to a couple of restaurants down there on the street. Loved everything I got.
What do you find different from what we serve here at 7 Muay Thai?
Pretty much similar. You know, I noticed there was not really any sugar, no MSG or anything like that. I know that's, you know, when you're training as an athlete, you want to avoid those things. So, you know, I thought the Thai food was great, especially with the hard requirements from training to nutrition. You know, provide nutrition for your body to recover for the next session, and also, you know, restore those glycogen levels. So, you know, one thing I noticed is the fruit here is definitely a little bit different than over in the States. And
how different?
It's just, I feel like the environment, it's fresher. You know, I just felt like it was a little bit different, the taste. But everything that I enjoyed. Communication was great. I think coming from back home and doing Muay Thai and learning and, you know, practicing the techniques back home, when you're able to see someone who speaks Thai or they demonstrate it, you get an understanding of what they're trying to relay to you just based off of your previous experience doing reps at home. Just, you know, I'm a visual learner, so if someone, like, you don't have to tell me, I can just show me and I'll be able to pick it up. And then if you're saying something maybe I can't understand, I'm gonna get it just based on, you know, your body language and how you're demonstrating. So I found that the language barrier was not an issue whatsoever in my learning curve.
But obviously some of us can't also speak English, so was that helpful? Like,
oh, it was very helpful. It was very helpful.
My dad or maybe the other fighters, like, you know, actually speaking to you in your own language.
Yeah, it was very helpful. I mean, and that's something that would never deter me from telling someone not to come to this camp. You know, I was able to, you know, do just fine with, you know, language barrier, English being Not the main language that's spoken, but like I said, I was still able to understand what the coaches were getting across to me, and be able to perform some of the techniques.
Yeah, you talked about English not being the first language. Obviously, most of our guests here are from Europe, and you can say most of them from Italy, some of them from Spain. We do have some other countries, but the percentage is very low. The relationship with the other guests.
Oh, they're great. Everyone was very receptive. It's a team mentality. Everyone's there to get better. Everyone wants you to get better, whether you're an advanced or a beginner. For the pro fighters, the fighters that have been on campus or are on site here for some time, if you were doing something wrong or if you could do something better, they'd let you know. And that's what I like. That's what I like. I want to learn from someone that knows more than what I know. And that's the whole idea of getting better is you train with some people that are better than you, and you eventually, ascend to their level as well. So the environment, the quote unquote team aspect of everything was great. Everyone was very receptive. So I really enjoyed the fact that they welcome you in as part of the team for your stay, and
cool.
They make sure that you're doing things the proper way.
Yeah. When you came in, when you checked in, you told me you were looking for a rural area.
Yeah.
And you sure found it. Was that do you keep do you agree with yourself coming to rural area, or you wish maybe you went somewhere else?
No, I definitely liked it. It was training all day. It was isolation. It was that mentality of being in the training camp, an isolated area. Not a lot of commercialized type places, and I loved it. Did I think it was going to be this rural? No, but I really enjoyed that aspect, especially on the runs. Very quiet in the morning. Good to do some
sights. A few dogs, a few chickens, maybe.
Oh yeah, you saw your daily dogs, throughout the road at each landmark. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It was almost like to start your day a peaceful. You see a couple cows that are crossing the road. Yeah. Of course, your gang of dogs that. Yeah. They're like people. That's
why we always have a trainer following the people training with the bike, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The whole time you had someone behind you, kind of like you see in old school boxing videos of boxers running down the road, and either a car or a moped, a motorcycle, whatever it may be. Yeah. But I enjoyed that. It was great to start the morning off like that, and that's everything that I expected to be when you watch these, traditional Muay Thai training videos. Is you get up, you do your morning run, you got a coach behind you following you, kind of pushing you a little bit, and then of course the scenery. You get to the beachfront, and it's like, wow, I'm 24 hours, across the world for me, and seeing something like that is pretty cool. So.
One last thing, tell me one thing or more that you would improve in the camp, in any aspect, any area.
To be quite honestly, it was everything that I expected. I couldn't really critique on improving anything.
One thing that next time you come back, you wish it was better or it was implemented. Could be anything.
If I come back next time, I want to fight.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. The training camp is. You're training 5.5, 6 hours a day. So, all bases are covered. You're working all techniques, pad work, clinch, technical sparring, bag work, calisthenics, your pull-ups, your core, your push-ups. Everything is covered. I think, for me specifically, I would love to have more pad work, just because I think that's where you can sharpen your skills.
More rounds, right?
Yeah, more rounds. And the pad work is definitely high intensity, so you definitely have to be in shape for it in order to improve on that technique. But I would definitely love more pad work, especially if you're not a beginner, but you're in that intermediate to advanced level. to kind of push the pace. Okay, you did 3 rounds this morning. Let's see if you can do 4. You did 3 and 4 rounds the day before. Let's see if we can get 5 rounds out of you, and kind of maximize that. Where it gives you a baseline of, all right, you top out at 4 rounds going at this pace.
Like max out yourself.
Yeah. So, and that's a good. That's a good indication of where you stand. You know, not only technically but also condition-wise.
Thanks.
So,
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you, Matthias. Appreciate it.